Hello everyone. I hope that you're doing well. In this video, we will see how we can work with find and findIndex methods of arrays. As usual, first and foremost, let's see what different sources say about these methods. Kyle Simpson. In the book ES6 and Beyond says, the find method works the same as sum method, except that once the callback returns a true, truthy value, the actual array value is returned. And for findIndex method, he says, findIndex method is used when you need the index of a more customized match. In this book, he offers some vague information about these methods. His prominent point is that these methods use both loose equality operator or 2 equal signs and strict equality operator or 3 equal signs. However, David Flanagan, in the book JavaScript The Definitive Guide, offers some in-depth information. He says, the find and findIndex methods are like filter, in that they iterate through your array looking for elements for which your predicate function returns a truthy value. Unlike filter, these two methods stop iterating the first time the predicate finds an element. When that happens, find returns the matching element and findIndex returns the index of the matching element. And if no matching element is found, find returns undefined and findIndex returns -1. Just a reminder, as we saw, David Flanagan mentioned filter method in his book. If you're curious about that, you can find it in the top right corner of your screen right now if you're using YouTube app. Otherwise, I've also included a link to that video in the description. It was a lot of theory. Now let's do the practical work. First, let's start from the find method. To do this, let's create an array and populate it with some values. Now let's store it in a constant and name it raw array. Now, to work with find method, let's call our array and pick find method. Now, as you can see, this method expects a predicate function, and predicate function means a function that returns true or false according to some condition that we'll define. Now, this predicate function can have up to 3 arguments: value, index, and the array itself. Here, since we want to iterate from the beginning of the array, we only need the value, or as I say, the item. So we only pass the first argument. However, if you want to start iteration or searching process, for example, from second index of the array, you can pass 1 as the second argument. Now we want this method to find and return value that is equal to 3. To see the result, let's store this expression in a constant and name it filtered array. And let's log the filtered array constant in the console to see what we have done so far. Let's save the document and refresh the browser. Beautiful. You see, we only have 3 here. Now let's see how we can work with findIndex method of this array. Let's call our array and pick findIndex method. Working with findIndex method is similar to working with find method. However, instead of returning the matching element, findIndex returns the index of that element. This is useful, for example, when you want to delete array elements dynamically. Now let's find index of the element that is strictly equal to 3. Now, let's store the result in a constant and call it index. Again, let's log it in the console. Save the document and refresh the browser. Amazing. As you can see, here we have the index of element 3 that is 2. It was a lot of work, wasn't it? And we have reached the end of this journey. If it was beneficial for you, hit the subscribe button and give us an amazing thumb. See you next time.